Live from all over this beautiful land, this is the Testosterone Zone with the fine men, Noel, Keith, and Steve. Take it, boys!
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to episode 33 of the Testosterone Zone podcast. I am here with my buds. Noel, how you doing?
Pretty good there, Keith.
Good to hear. And Steve, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Happy to be back for another episode.
Absolutely.
You know, it occurs to me that 33 is the jersey number of a particular basketball player. I can't quite put my finger on it. Steve, can you help me out?
Who is that guy?
Oh, Larry Bird, my hero.
Yes.
Oh,
Steve is a Larry Bird fangirl.
That's true.
It's pretty bad.
That's right. Matter of fact, here in my man cave where I record from, as I look to my left, I see a Larry Bird poster just to my left. So
how many different places has that Larry Bird poster? Has it traveled with you from childhood through today?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't count that. There's no way. I mean, it's had at least probably 20 homes, counting all the college apartments and all that stuff.
Everywhere you've lived, I've always remembered that poster being there, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep, even in my dorm. So
I guarantee you that poster would go all the way to Uranus.
It has not been to Louisiana though.
Nope.
Oh no, that's not surprising.
Never been to Louisiana before.
Why would he?
Stays the hell out of there. I don't know.
Oh man, that's bad.
Louisiana.
Yeah, we're tweeting hashtags of a shade at them. It's still nothing. I mean, I'm doing everything I can possibly do to get their attention. It's crazy, but that's okay. Speaking of getting people's attention, let's just also keep in mind that we were trying to throw out the most major hint that we were throwing out something at the end of the last episode, and not a single person heard it.
Really?
Yep.
Not a single. I take that back. Tanner was the only one. He didn't get it quite right. Yeah. He was saying that Michigan, Michigan State was the Spartan, but he was kind of confused that there wasn't the mascot thing. We were talking about like the official mascot names. He was talking about the mascot character name. I'm going to say that he won this anyway, because he was the one that at least reached out to us. So Tanner, you win. You've got some swag coming your way.
Yeah.
So thank you for participating. And for everybody else that decided not to listen to the whole podcast, this is on you. So you better start paying attention.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So speaking of paying attention, it is time for Steve. I'm turning it over to you for our major college sports update.
Excellent.
Absolutely. Well, last week was a great week. Our first official fall weekend of college football, and some great games to be had. But I'm going to start all with our Texas Tech Red Raiders. They're starting to look like they know what they're doing. What do you think, guys?
They're getting it together, man.
I think, I hate to judge on one game because I know how this usually goes, but boy, that was the most solid win against a ranked component we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hard to.
For my better health, I'm going to stay cautiously pessimistic. But if they can beat West Virginia, who's now I think the number 12 team in the nation, if they can win that game, then they'll definitely have me think in a different way.
They really will. But I'm with you. I'm not getting my hopes up until there's hope to give. So, and one game does not make a dynasty. So we're going to take it one game at a time here. But I'm proud of them. They look great.
Absolutely. Way to go, Tech. Way to go.
Way to go.
So, guys, our backup teams actually went 4-0, or now 4-0. Alabama beat A&M pretty soundly, 45-23. Congrats, Noel.
Awesome. Yeah.
A big win for them. Keith, Clemson beat Georgia Tech 49-21.
Yeah, we'll take a.
Yeah, and then my team, Georgia, snuck past Missouri 43-29. I watched that game, and they really sort of struggled there, so a little worried about how they're doing, but good news is, our teams are undefeated, and they're also the top 3 in the nation right now. So that's fun to watch.
I switched back with you, Steve, didn't I? I think I'm back.
Did that happen?
I think so.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, we're swapping team rankings each week, I think.
Yeah. Well, Yeah. Oh well.
But I'm just as worried about my defense as you are, so I'm kind of concerned myself. So it's okay.
Yeah. Looking at the pick 5, we had 4 listeners go 5-0 last week, including myself. I finally had a good week.
Way to go, bro!
Way to go, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Noel and Keith, y'all both went 3-2, and for the season, my buddy Mike is leading, tied with Billy and Pat. So we got 3 people tied at the top, and so
nice.
Definitely a long way to go, but a lot of fun so far. And it's been, I'll tell you, that Stanford Oregon game that really impacted how everybody finished last week.
Really?
Yeah,
that was a great game.
That was a good game. Yeah. It really was.
Oregon was stunned.
That's what college football is all about.
Yeah. Yeah, I love college.
I really think all the way through Oregon was out playing Stanford. I really did. I mean,
yeah.
They were faster. They were hyped up more. It was just, I don't know. I really don't know how Stanford won that, honestly.
Yeah.
Glad they did, because that's who I picked, but wow.
Oregon sort of proved that if you can't hang on to the ball, then you're going to.
That's true.
Have a hard time winning. So
very true.
So y'all ready to hear the teams for this week?
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right, so we're actually going to stay with the Power 5 conferences. We're actually going to have 2 Pac-12 games this week and no games out of the SEC. Their matchups are sort of weak, which is rare. But first matchup is going to be out of the ACC, Virginia Tech at number 22, Duke. So sort of surprised to see Duke in the top 25. But
it's wild, isn't it?
I think this could potentially be a really good game here. Big Ten is going to have number 4 Ohio State at number 9 Penn State. We'll have, it's going to be a tough pick right there. Big 12 is going to have number 12 West Virginia at number 25 Texas Tech, which is always, a kiss of death for us to pick our teams.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
So we're going to be stuck with the decision of loyalty versus using our mind.
Yeah, right.
So then, as I mentioned, 2 Pac-12 teams, number 7 Stanford at number 8 Notre Dame. And then number 20 BYU at number 11 Washington. I think that's going to be a really good game as well. So I think overall 5 really solid games. So y'all ready to do some picks?
What was the first game? Sorry.
Virginia Tech at Duke.
The Virginia Tech that lost to Old Dominion?
That's correct. Yep.
Yeah, that was surprising. But Dominion only had they've only had a football team for 5 years or something like that.
I think a Division 1 or something, maybe.
I don't know.
It's been it's pretty recent. I'm pretty sure. Yeah,
new program.
It's pretty shocking. Pretty shocking, man. They tore it up.
Yeah.
That's
why I like college football.
Me too, man.
I was upset that Sac State they really dropped the ball against.
I can't wait for Sac State to play Ball State in the bowl game.
Man, that would be a heck of a game.
What did you call the bowl game?
Supporter Bowl.
Yeah,
Athletic Supporter Bowl.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to pick up that opportunity. I'll be disappointed.
I know.
No. I think
What would the trophy be? What would the trophy be for that?
A golden jockstrap.
There you go.
Yeah. It's got to be something along those lines.
Battle for the Golden Cup.
I really hope somebody out there in some position of power can make that thing happen. That would be hilarious, man.
If they don't, they're missing a huge opportunity. I'm just saying.
Really are.
Anyway. If you're in the position of power and you happen to be listening to our podcast right now, do us a favor, make that happen.
Make that happen. And then when that happens, since we came up with the idea, get us some free tickets. We'd love to see that.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I wonder where that game would be played.
So,
anyway.
Jackson Hole.
Richardson Coliseum or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, okay.
All right, back to the show.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We've killed 10 minutes with absolutely nothing.
I know, right? That's the beauty of it.
No one does. We're like the Seinfeld of podcasts.
We are show about nothing.
Yeah.
All right, Virginia.
All right, so game one. Let's do this. Virginia Tech at number 22, Duke. Keith, who do you have here?
I have Duke. They're surprising a lot of people. You know, they are 4-0, and I think I'm going for it. They're playing at Duke, right?
That is correct.
Sure.
At Duke.
Yeah,
I'm going for Duke. Why not?
Awesome. Good pick. Noel, who do you got?
I think I'm gonna go with Duke as well. I mean, I think Virginia Tech seems pretty deflated. I'm sure after that loss, I'm pretty embarrassed. And they're going to be going into Duke to make a statement. I'm sure they've got something to prove, but Duke's on a roll and they're at home, so I'm gonna go ahead and pick Duke.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go across the grain here, and Virginia Tech's a good team, and I think they're going to be out to prove that that loss against Old Dominion was a fluke, and I got a feeling it might be a blowout. And was it Raleigh? So where do they play? Where's Duke located?
Yeah, Durham.
Durham, yeah.
Raleigh Durham,
so
yeah.
I think
Raleigh,
it might be
Raleigh Durham.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a blowout in Duke's house here. So
I'll tell you, Virginia Tech demolished Florida State a couple of weeks ago, so you're probably more accurate. So
yeah,
they beat Florida State 24-3. So we'll see. But it ought to be a good game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it should be fun. All right, Noel, this next one starts with you. Number 4, Ohio State at number 9, Penn State. Who do you have?
I'm going to go with Penn State. They're playing in State College. It's a big whiteout game. It's a rivalry game. I just got a feeling about Penn State in this game, so I'm going to pull for them or call them, pick them. It's Penn State.
You're doing something with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Picking, pulling. I don't know. They're going to win.
Yeah. I'm going to take Ohio State in this one. Urban Meyer's back in Galley. They just looked pretty dominant last week. I mean, their offense was probably best in the nation on Saturday. So I'm going to take Ohio State to beat Penn State. And Keith, who do you have?
Yeah, I've got Ohio State too. I think Urban Meyer has a chip on his shoulder that he wants to prove why he's there. So I think you're right. Much as I'm not a big fan, I'm going for Ohio State.
Yeah. Okay. Very good.
It's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a heck of a game.
Yeah, it sure will. I'll start with the next one here. Number 12, West Virginia, and number 5, Texas Tech. I tell you what, my heart, my mind, and the memory of past experiences after a big win for Texas Tech usually ends up in devastating losses the following week for Tech. So my gut feeling is we just can't do it 2 weeks in a row, really 3 weeks in a row after, beating two good teams, Houston and who we just beat? Oklahoma State. Yeah, there you go. So, so I'm just gonna keep history in mind, and I'm gonna pick West Virginia. Sorry, Lubbock. Keith, who do you have?
You would pick me next, wouldn't you? It's a home game. We play West Virginia actually pretty decent at home. I remember a couple of years ago when they were number 3 or 4 in the nation, we made them look like, mincemeat. I'm got to stay home. I'm going to go Tech. I hope I hope they roll. I really do.
Awesome. I hope you're right. Really do. And Noel, who do you have?
Well, it's I think I texted you guys after on Saturday night whenever we beat Oklahoma State and said this, next week is the pivotal moment for our season. And this is always the week, always the situation that this team is always in. This program has always been in where we have a big win and then we go back and we just lay a big egg. And I don't know what it is about that. West Virginia coach, Dana Holgerson, has to be one of the ugliest people I've ever seen. But the guy can call plays. He's passionate. He's, I don't know. I'm kind of talking as I'm deciding this game, but my heart is with Texas Tech, but I think my head is saying West Virginia is going to win. And you know what? Even if Texas Tech wins, I'll be happy with that. If they lose, at least I got my pick right. So I'm going to go with West Virginia. Right? Yeah. So
because when it comes down to it, all this is about is having bragging rights for you having the pick 5.
That's true.
Pick 5 champion. So
that's right.
All righty.
Yeah,
so Keith, we're gonna
tough one. I hope y'all are wrong. I just
So, yeah, me too.
I really hope. I know that the team knows that this history happens. I know they do, and so I'm hoping they just go not this time. That's what I'm going for. If I'm wrong, I'm cool with being wrong.
I really hope you're right. I really hope they come out and prove us wrong. But
yeah, man. But you're right. History does tend to repeat itself in Lubbock, Texas. So
cautiously pessimistic.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why that's there.
That's right.
Yep. All right, Keith. Number 7, Stanford at number 8, Notre Dame. So who do you have here?
I didn't think Stanford looked all that great last week. I mean, I know they squeaked it out, but I don't think they can do that 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going for Notre Dame.
Yeah.
All righty. Good call. Noel, who do you have?
I'm gonna go with Notre Dame too. I think they're pretty solid. I'm impressed. Notre Dame.
Okay. All right. Well, this is the third week.
I can already tell right now half of the night is going to be spent getting rid of Noel's clicks.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm playing with toys while I'm podcasting. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Every click, I'm like, okay, edit at 322, 324, 327.
Is it this one?
Okay. Yeah,
that's the one.
That's the one.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got a magnet and a piece of metal that I'm just slapping together in a totally not even paying attention to the noise it's making. I'm sorry.
Don't explain it.
Yeah. All right. It's out of my reach now.
No, it's like he's on a conference call instead of a podcast.
I know.
The way I roll, man, I swear.
At least it's not like what when Dr. Butler was on and you heard dogs doing something in the background.
What the hell is going on?
What's going on? Is that dog giving you a lap dance? What's going on?
Yeah,
so,
are you in a cockfight or something?
Yeah. That's funny.
All right, we're digressing. Sorry, go ahead, Steve.
All right, here we go. Back to you, Steve. Notre Dame or Stanford? Who you got?
So this is the third week now that we've had Stanford feature as one of our 5 games, and each time I've picked Stanford to win. Each time they've come through for me. So I'm not going to back out on Stanford. I'm going to take them to beat Notre Dame.
You go, boy. You go. No problem.
There you go.
All right, Noel. Then we're going to let you start off with the last game. Number 20 BYU at number 11 Washington.
Who's playing where? Are they playing in Washington or are they playing in?
Yeah, in Washington.
I'm going to go with Washington.
Okay. Very good. I'm going to take BYU just because I watched a little bit of their last game. They look pretty solid, and I just think that they have great potential to pull off an upset on the road. So I'll take BYU. And Keith, who do you have?
Yeah, I mean, BYU, they tend to be an upset machine, They really do. Mm-hmm. But the fact that the only game that Washington has lost to is against Auburn, and that was by 5 points, and BYU lost to an unranked Cal this year, and they're at home, I'm gonna go with the Huskies. But I'll probably be. I don't know, BYU, man. They always seem to perform with anybody they play against. I really wish they would have been part of the Big 12. I really do. I think they're so good.
I totally agree.
So, but anyway, I still
we could use 2 more teams.
We could. Okay, so who else would it be? I'd pick BYU, and who else would you think would be a good fit?
I mean, I'd say that Houston's a natural fit. Be nice to maybe try to get. I want to believe that Nebraska might want to come back because they haven't had success since they left the Big 12.
Yeah, they really haven't.
It's Colorado.
Neither is Colorado. You're right. I think either one of those would fit fine. I personally would like Sac State. I kid.
Hey, if Sac State comes, then Ball State's got to come.
That's
too.
True. That's true. We could be called instead of the Big 12, we could be Big Balls. No, I think that would be good. BYU and maybe I would love to see Nebraska come back, man. It hurts me to see them being so horrible this year, honestly.
Yeah. I know Scott Frost is going to bring them back though.
Yeah, they've got a good coach, so but man, it just hurts to watch.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyway.
Well, guys,
there we go.
That is it for that's week 5's games. So definitely looking forward to hearing our listeners' picks and watching what should be another great week in football.
Good luck, everybody. So one of the next topics that we have, Noel, you have a very sanitary topic you'd like to discuss, wouldn't you?
I do. Yeah, so it's a topic that I think everybody can benefit from, and it's the topic is workplace bathroom etiquette, and actually it kind of extends beyond workplace bathrooms. It kind of extends to basically all public restrooms, and there's just some rules that you need to follow. Just some things I guess to be mindful of. These are just observations I've seen from being in public restrooms, be it at at my office, in my office building, or at the like at Minute Maid Park at the stadium and places like that. Or at the theater, just things like that. There, are places like that, I should say. If you're going to go to the restroom in a public place, please remember that you're not in your home restroom, and things that are okay at home are not always acceptable in a public forum. For example, sounds and things like that you make. Obviously, the bodily noises that you're going to make are pretty much universal, and they're going to happen anywhere you go, and you can't really control those sort of while you're there. But just to be clear, I'm not talking about a number one. I'm talking about the number two. If you're laying cable at work, these are the things that you need to be mindful of. Again, the noise. So not the bodily part things, but the grunting and the heavy breathing and things like that. Like when you're dropping and stuff and you're making noise, like, you know what I'm talking about, guys, don't you? Like the grunting and the heavy breathing and stuff, it's uncomfortable. Like for me, I was like, I just wanted to get out of the bathroom as quickly as I could, because this guy was really enjoying what he was doing in the stall way too much. I mean, like I don't know if it was the first crap he'd ever taken in his whole life, or if he'd been, constipated for a long time, and this is the first time he was able to produce crap or something. But it was embarrassing. It sounded like a porn movie or something was being filmed back in the stall or something. It was disgusting. But don't be that guy, is what I'm trying to say. If you're going to go to the bathroom in the public and stuff like that, just make sure that you keep the comments and the audible gasps and the pleasurable sounds and stuff to a minimum. I actually just don't do it at all.
Sometimes you kind of wish worried that should be a defibrillator in those bathrooms for those things.
You know what I'm talking about. It's bad,
I do.
It's real bad.
Man, do you need a prayer or do you need a jump or cable?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And make sure to the second thing I think is when you flush, make sure that everybody leaves the stadium. Don't leave any man behind or any fragments or any evidence. So if you know what I'm saying.
No floaters.
No floaters. And if a floater reemerges, you put him back under until he stops coming back up for air. But anyway, that's
where the courtesy flush really sort of comes in, handy, because
yeah,
before you even get done with business, do a quick flush and then clean up and then do another flush.
Yeah,
it just makes sense. And how about just a courtesy cleanup? Is that so hard to ask?
There you go. Yeah,
totally, man.
I mean, you've walked into those where you look at the stall and it's like, death becomes her, just looks back at you and you're like, there's no way, there's no human that's going to rightfully do this. And the janitor's going to be mad, it's like, there's no reason for that. So
awful.
Yeah.
Man.
So
I mean, we went to tech. There were public restrooms and stuff in the, like there were community restrooms and things like that. I mean, there was just, and that, I don't know. I didn't have those kind of problems there. I think just everybody, I don't know why, but grown men, in stalls and in buildings and stuff like that should know better.
no kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But they don't. I mean,
And
it's an epidemic everywhere.
Yeah, it is. So to all of our listeners, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
That's,
Totally.
be courteous. Be a courteous crapper.
That's right.
That's the courteous crapper segment.
Awesome.
Courtesy crapping is good. I like
like
it.
Is good.
I'd like to add a couple of thoughts to this because, I have major appreciation for the establishments that have the single occupancy restrooms. The ones where you have a little privacy, you can replicate whatever noises you need to make to get the job done. But there's a rule with those places that people need to be aware of, is because it's single occupancy, you can't just live in there for 15 minutes.
Oh, right.
I've never understood that to begin with. So, if it's single occupancy, great. Get in there, get out.
That's right.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't understand is because it's single occupancy, obviously you lock the door behind you. So this has happened to me a few times where you hear somebody jiggling the doorknob. Of course, it doesn't open because it's locked. So then they knock on the door. So what do they expect to happen? Let's use some common sense here.
Let me get up.
The doors. Yeah. Let me peek out. Hey, I'm busy in here. I'll be right back.
Hang on. My pants are still between my legs. So give me 2 seconds.
Oh man. But so
yeah.
Thanks to the single occupancy places, but there's some rules that go with those places as well.
There totally
That's
is.
True.
There totally is.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
Yeah, I hate the door jigglers that come in and they start shaking the door like, what? You never encountered a locked door before in your whole life? I mean, common sense tells you there's somebody in there taking care of business and you just need to wait your turn. Yeah. So
they're called turd burglars.
Yeah,
turd burglars.
And and while we're on the fact of private public restrooms, I'd like to give a shout out to the single occupancy restroom in Terminal D at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, right next to the Riata restaurant. Best bathroom in the country for public privacy.
Just my God, that is so specific.
It is totally specific.
And that's highly notable because airport restrooms are never a positive experience.
I'm telling you, if there is one that is the one that I look forward to, is if I know I'm in Terminal D at the DFW airport, I'm like, thank you. I actually asked my travel agent, is that in Terminal D? Could we get a flight through Terminal D?
Nice.
Just so you can go crap there, huh? I don't know, Intercontinental, man, if there is I have to be near death or, to have to go to one of those restrooms. I don't know. I can pretty much hold my own until I get to some place where I feel comfortable,
Yeah.
But man, unless I have lost all control, I will never go in some restrooms in the public, man.
Right. No, there are a few places where it may as well be Fallout. We'll have a little Fallout symbol there and just never go there. Biohazard, we're done. It's like some things make you want to have a doctor. Oh man! Oh, speaking of doctors, my friend that's a plastic surgeon was telling me the other day. He goes, there's a lot of people that have an epidemic on how much plastic surgery they have, and so he started a plastic surgery anonymous place, and usually when he gets up there, he says, "Welcome back to Plastic Surgery Anonymous. I see a lot of new faces today." It's crazy how plastic surgery used to be such a taboo subject, but now if you talk about Botox, nobody raises an eyebrow. I was desperately searching for a 1-2 punch since you guys had it the last couple of weeks. That was mine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff, man. On the healthcare topic, do you know how you can tell if an ant is a boy or a girl? You can tell that, right?
If an ant is a boy,
an ant. There's a way you can tell that an ant is either a boy or a girl.
I don't know this.
Well, they're actually all girls. Otherwise, they'd be uncles.
Oh, that's
That's a dad joke.
I'm laughing because it hurts to
Oh
cry.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good dad joke. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Actually, that's an uncle joke.
Ah, it is.
Yes.
It is.
So here's a quick one for y'all. So what did the mama cow say to the baby cow?
Mama cow, say to the baby cow. I don't know.
I don't either.
It's past your bedtime.
Oh.
Here's another quick one. How do fish go to war?
How do fish go to war? I honestly don't know.
In tanks.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Wow,
a good
man.
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's pretty good, man.
They're not knee
Oh my
slappers,
gosh.
but Lord.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We've had better joke nights.
That's true.
We have it, man.
That's true.
Keith wins this round.
I think Keith wins for sure.
I literally looked all week to find something that was a 1-2 punch. So thank you.
You said
Well-
you used my the Doughboy obituary.
I did. So because
That's awesome.
I'm part of the Lions Club where
Mhm.
where I work up there, and so yeah, we had a lunch, and I ran the meeting that lunchtime, and so I totally gave out the Doughboy joke, and it was a hit, man. It was a good one. Oh, I was like, okay, this is my time. It's coming. It's going up there. I pulled it up. Good to go. So good joke. You got a lot of good laughs out of that one, Noel.
Guaranteed winner.
It was a
That's
good
awesome,
winner.
man.
It really was. Well, so it sounds like we've got some painful jokes for the week. We've got some probably painful picks for the week for our college football challenge.
Yeah.
Anything else we're missing? Oh, and some toilet etiquette. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh yes, don't forget the toilet etiquette.
That's probably the most
Yes.
important thing we
Yes.
discussed today.
It probably is.
It really was,
It probably
man.
is.
It's
So-
things you can use, right? It's life skills. We're doing life skills here on the podcast.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, with that, I think we will bring 33 to a close. And who wants to say farewell?
Well, we appreciate everybody tuning in for episode 33. Hope that you all have a great week, and go Red Raiders. Hope that you prove us, Keith and I, wrong. No, it wasn't Keith.
Oh,
Keith, you picked Red Raiders.
I
didn't
totally
you?
picked the Red Raiders. I hope they
I
prove
hope you
you all
picked-
wrong.
I hope you prove Steve and I wrong and beat West Virginia. So we'll be pulling for you.
Go Tech.
But go Tech. Have a good week, everybody.
Hey, and how about the Astros?
Hey, man, they clinched.
That's
They
right.
clinched the playoff spot. They're.
Hey, that's
I
good
think
news.
they won tonight, and so I think the magic number, if the A's lose, is down to 2 to clinch
awesome.
the American
That
League
is
West.
cool.
Man,
Go Stros.
absolutely.
That's
Absolutely.
awesome. Yeah, not too long before we're gonna have to do a little quick updates on those games too.
Yeah.
I know.
They keep
I
going.
know.
So have to
Gonna be
integrate
fun.
that in the next ones.
Great
Yep.
time of the year.
All right,
Yep.
guys. Well, yeah, it is. This is the best time of year for sports, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely is. It is.
Well, thanks,
So,
guys. Everybody, have a
Thanks.
wonderful day.
Take care.
Take care.
Hey, thanks again for listening to the Testosterone Zone. We sure had a blast visiting with you. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe, leave us some feedback, and don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram.
All Testosterone podcast episodes are written and produced by Noel, Keith, and Steve unless otherwise noted.
The opinions expressed in the Testosterone podcast are our own and not those of our employers, families, parents, kids, dogs, cats, your mom, or any other entity Noel, Keith, or Steve are affiliated with now, in the past, or in the future, or ever.
It's not just yours anymore, Steve. You got me doing
No kidding. And who wants to say farewell?
Go for it, Noel.
Steve, I just was going to say goodbye, Steve.
I miss you, Noel.
Goodbye, goodbye, Steve.
Bye. No,
Goodbye, Noel.
We can all edit this out.
I don't think we will. This is good.
No.
Shucks.